So I want to show you guys something that I think is pretty cool. Usually when I build websites or I build something using AI, I like to use both Claude, ChatGPT, other resources just to see what it comes up with. Sometimes it's nice to have AI build the template for you and then you can add in the human element. And especially because this course is about sort of taking vibe coding to the next level, I wanted to show you what both ChatGPT and Claude build with the exact same prompt. Let's say I wanted to create a modern, elegant portfolio, if I can spell, portfolio website for a painter who specializes in, let's say, night scenes, nature night scenes. The site should feel calm and cinematic with a light theme and dark accent colors to match the night sky. So I'm going to copy that and put that in Claude as well. So I'm going to press enter, and then I'm also going to put it into Claude. So this is Claude. I use the pro version of both of these. They have free versions, which will work as well. I wanted to make sure that I showed this course without anyone needing to subscribe to anything. Here we go. It's starting to build. So this is ChatGPT. I clearly have it in dark mode. And then Claude is going to start building, but doesn't quite show. All right. And then I'm just going to speed up this section, make it go fast, because it's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, awesome. So they finished building. I think that took about 3 minutes, something like that. So it gives you an idea. Usually I let them build while I work on another thing. Okay, so for ChatGPT, we have it's TypeScript, which does front end and logic as well. In order to see what it looks like, you click preview and it will build out the preview of this. So here's the site. It's not terrible at all. It took stock images. So these are, of course, taken from online. It finds stock images and it fills them in. And moonlit pines, that's obviously not a moonlit pine. So you can see how the human element is still important for this. But it does give you something great to get started with, which is really, really nice because it's free. You can download this. And then we can take this and add in the human element that makes sites really pop. Because a big problem is a lot of times now people will just vibe code a site and then they don't add in the human element. And you can tell, I don't know, there's like an uncanny valley with a lot of this. And so here is what Claude built. So this one I think would look beautiful if we added a video of the night sky here and made this, so this section is called a hero, this top bit. If we added a video of a night sky and brought the text popping out, it would look beautiful. I think Claude makes more elegant sites. It's not very good at finding images, so that is a problem. As you can see, all the images are exactly the same. And I think if you have River of Dusk, that text should appear without having to hover over it. So as you can see, when I look and do with this, is you can ask it to make changes here. So let's say I want so again, this section right here, so this is called a hero, this is called a header. So I'm going to say, make the hero pop more. I want it to be more visually engaging. And it will make those changes, and then we can do the same on this as well to make certain changes. Now that we have these two sites, I'm going to pick one to play with. And actually, I may take the ChatGPT one, but I'm going to pick one to play with and I'm going to download it. And we're going to download it in order to make changes to it and sort of add in that human element to really make them better than this. All right, so I asked it to make this text on the hero pop a bit more. So right here, as you can see, if you click, it just sort of shows that it's thinking. And if you want to click here, you can see it building the site. It's adding in the code that allows for the hero text to pop, and it's adding it into the entire portfolio. So we can see kind of what it's thinking, rewriting the entire portfolio with the dramatically, I'm going to assume dramatically more text presentation. And we just need to wait for this to finish. And then I'll show you the next steps. Okay, so that took maybe 5 or so minutes, but the only thing I told it, which is quite interesting, make the hero, which is this section, pop more. I want it to be more visually engaging. So that's all I gave it as a prompt, and it gave me this, which I think it's pretty cool. Like, it did a pretty good job. I just wanted to show you an example of how you can use Claude, ChatGPT in order to add more oomph to your website before we go on to the next step. So you can really play around and get some pretty cool stuff here. I'm going to show you the next step to make it even more human, to add more changes to it, that kind of thing. I am going to download like this. Here's the portfolio.jsx. We're going to take this .jsx file and we're going to add it to our machine. So the next step is we're going to download Cursor. So I'm going to bring this over here. So you're going to click download Cursor. You want to go to the official site. Always go to the official site to download software. So we have cursor.com. I'm on a PC. I'm using a Lenovo ThinkPad because it's durable and I travel a lot. So just do download for Windows. You click that. It'll download. I'm also on the Chrome browser. So if you're using Safari or you're using Edge, it'll probably look a little bit different. Once it's done downloading, you can click on it and it'll set up for you. This. And I already have it downloaded. Let's see. Yeah, so it's detecting that I already have a version running, so it's not going to do it unless I build it. Basically, you click on the download, you run through the steps, you install Cursor, and then, let's see, we'll get to I'm just going to show you a new window. It'll open like this, and all the suggestions when you do the download for Cursor, you just follow them. So you can see you have all of this. I'm going to go, and I'm going to show you my downloads. Here's my Cursor downloaded. Here's the portfolio. What you're going to want to do is create a new folder. So let's say we go to Documents. We're going to create a new folder that says, I have one already labeled Dev Projects. I'm going to do Demo Projects for this course. So I go to Demo Projects here, and I am going to take what I downloaded, the portfolio from Claude. Go to Documents, go to Demo Projects. I'm going to put it in there. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do portfolio and put that in there. So that way, what we have with this structure is we have demo projects. So we're going to put all of our projects in there, and then each project is going to have its own folder. So other projects like that, and then we just keep doing new folders for each project. That way, Cursor, what we downloaded, is able to differentiate the different projects. Once we have that, we have Cursor. We have this. We're going to go to Open Folder. So you go to File, Open Folder, Documents, here, Demo Projects, Portfolio for Painter. We're going to want to click on the entire folder. So that's why we're going to want separate folders for each project. So select folder. I'm going to move myself back down here. Maybe I'll just put myself there. And then you can see that we have this project here, Portfolio for Painter. And we have portfolio.jsx. JSX is a JavaScript file with XML. That's something you don't need to know. So here you can see we have all of this here. All right, and then what? And a really cool thing you can do. Okay, so let's say we have Cursor here with the portfolio, and we have a new chat that opens up. So this chat is an AI, and you can choose the AI model. We'll just do auto for now. Auto, I think, is what it comes natively with. It's what you'll deal with. Everything else here that you see, you almost don't really need to know about it for now. You can learn about it as you go through. The main thing is we're going to want to start a new chat. Sometimes if the new chat doesn't open right away, you can do Control L and it will open the chat on the side. So it's Control L and it'll open this here. And then once you have a new chat, you can say, hey, I would like to be able to test this locally. What is the best steps to do this? We're going to press enter and see what it does. It's going to check the project. Here it is. I just asked it to do that. I'm going to let it run. And if something you don't know, you just Google like, hey, why are you running this? Or you ask it, why are you running this? Just to give you an idea, setting up a minimal Vite plus React project. For programming, you have the code, the JSX is important, and the JSX is just a JavaScript file for XML, and ChatGPT and Claude are able to host it, are able to generate that code to something that you can see within their platform. So if you want something that you can generate, that you can see, that you can then host as your own thing, you download it onto Cursor. And the cool thing about Cursor is you just say what I gave this as a prompt. Hey, I would like to be able to test this locally. What is the best steps to do this? And it will give a framework. And the framework, the concept of a framework is sort of the scaffolding of a building. So if you're building a building, it's the scaffolding that allows the building to have a door that you open, you go inside, you rearrange furniture. That's kind of what we're doing here. So look, it did all of this without us really having to do anything. It's good to understand. Again, Google is going to be your best friend if you want to get into nitty-gritty details. So now that we have this, it even gives us the optional commands here. So we have npm run build. npm is how you tell the terminal what you want it to execute. So it's kind of like knowing the door code. The npm is knowing the door code of the building so you can manipulate the building. So npm run preview. Okay, so our next step is to go to terminal here, new terminal. You're going to want to go to node.js.org, and I'm going to link all of this so you can click it, node.js.org, and then you can just click get node.js, Windows installer, and you follow the installation processes there. I do want to point out, if you have any trouble with installations, any issues that come up, please reach out to me. I'm happy to sit with some people and go through it, and also to change anything on my course that needs updating, and to add guides on how to download these, because sometimes this can be tricky based on the kind of computer that you're using and other software that you have. Okay, now let's continue with Cursor. New terminal. And we're going to type in npm run build. Okay, so now it's run, which means it's built. And then we're going to type in npm run dev. You can see here that we have an example of the site, and Cursor loads it. Anytime you see this HTTPS here, localhost means it's on your computer. So if it's on your computer, we can copy and paste or type in localhost, comma, or not comma, semicolon, colon. You can see how good I am at my English grammar. Colon 5173. All right, I've entered that in, and now we can see the site. Here's something that's pretty cool, where night. I'm gonna search in here. So Control-Shift-F, where night. And look, now I can see where this is. So I can where night, Carrie is awesome. And I'm gonna click Control-S to save. So so if I make a change, you can see this little thing here. I'm gonna Control-S, saves it. Now it just shows the X. That means it has the latest information. And look, where night, Carrie is awesome. Meets nature. Makes no sense, but now you can see how you can manipulate the code. You can make changes to the text. It's really easy. Control, copy, Control-F, and you can find it like that. So I think that's pretty cool. And here's the important thing of Cursor is that you can use AI to ask it to do different things. You have to be not necessarily very specific, but figure out what you want first. What I love to do is I love to write things down onto a piece of paper about what I want for the site. It helps to sort of direct the idea of where the site is going, and then you can use the AI to make those changes and to build it. That's kind of the overview of Cursor. We're going to get more into it in the next section, but I wanted to go over that.